Hey guys, it's Sherry Vegas and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you some of my top tips and tricks that have honestly been absolute game changers when working with resin. Okay guys, so before I get into some tips to do with resin, I am in my new house, which I'm so excited about, and I am in my new studio space. It is not fully set up at all. I'm kind of just trying to set it up in stages, but a lot of you requested a studio tour, so once it is set up, I am definitely going to do a studio tour. It is so much bigger than before, so I've got a lot more space for activities, but I've got my plaque set up. I don't know if I'm going to keep this as my background or if I'm going to change it up, but I just set this up for now so I could film and it would look semi-decent. It is quite dark in here, so I do need to go and buy some new studio lights, but I've also made my first piece in this studio, which is just down here. I might get the camera and bring it around to show you guys, but anyway, let's get into some resin tips. My first tip is always use a heat gun over a blowtorch when working with your silicone molds. So when you do work with resin, you tend to use a heat source to help pop bubbles. But what I found is that my blowtorch is way too hot and will end up burning my silicone molds and damaging them. But with my heat gun, because I have the ability to adjust the heat setting as well as adjust the power settings, I find I can still pop my bubbles in my resin because I can turn the heat down without burning my silicone mold. But when I use my torch, because it is so hot, it ends up burning my silicone molds or melting the resin into the silicone mold. So that way when I do finish my casting and I go to pull the resin out, I find that my silicone mold is attached to my resin piece and then will break or damage it. So I'd recommend only ever using a heat gun when you are doing any sort of resin casting over using a blowtorch. I do use blowtorches when I'm doing big artworks because I find it does work better, and it will pop the bubbles on a really big surface a lot faster because it is a lot hotter, and also it doesn't blow air, but your heat gun does blow air at the same time. So if you are making an artwork and you don't want it to change but you just want to pop bubbles, this, because it blows air, will push that resin and create different patterns. So that's why I do have both, but with silicone molds, you always want to use a heat gun over a blowtorch. Another tip that I found really helpful, especially when I am top coating resin pieces, is I like to use a liquid latex over using painter's tape. Now, I will still use painter's tape on big sort of square piece artworks, but any sort of items that are funny shaped or coasters or any sort of flowers that I'm casting and I'm doing the top coat, I always liquid latex every area that I don't want the resin to go before I top coat. And when the liquid latex does dry, it acts as a barrier and it's really good against stopping resin from sticking to resin. I sometimes will use tape, but I do find that sometimes the resin can still either seep underneath the tape or ends up gluing the tape to the piece, and that's a whole other issue. So generally, if I am doing my final layer of resin, I always put liquid latex, protecting the areas that I don't want the top coat to go or any drips to go. And then once that's fully dry, I can then just peel off all of that liquid latex and it peels off all that excess resin. My third tip is if you've ever taped up the back of a serving board or an artwork and then you've done your resin pour and you've gotten drips on the tape and you've gone to peel off your painter's tape and it ends up ripping off around the resin just because the resin has managed to seep underneath, use your heat gun, heat it up, and then go to peel it off, and what you'll find is the resin will become a lot more flexible because it has a little bit of heat into it and will end up peeling off, and you're not going to have the resin rip around the painter's tape. It will come off all at the same time. If you have a funny shaped mold or you have a mold that you've had for a while and you just can't remember how much resin you actually need to fill the mold, then I have a really simple trick for that. All you need to get is a measuring jug and fill it up with water. You just need to take note of how much water is in that measuring jug and then get the mold that you wish to find out how much resin you need and pour the resin inside until you're at the correct amount. Then all you need to do is just check on the measuring jug and see how much water you used, and that's how much resin you're going to need for those molds. So if I have a mold and I've got 250 mils of water and I pour that in, and then I'm only left with 50 mils left in my watering jug, then that means that that mold requires 200 mils of resin. And a really great tip that I have found, and this is also a little bit to do with the science of resin, is if you are mixing up big batches of resin, you want to split that up quite fast, especially if you are working in a warmer climate, because obviously the hotter the resin gets, the faster it sets. So if I'm mixing up 800 mils to create a really big artwork, I want to divide that up really fast. I don't want to be leaving 800 mils of resin in one jug because it's going to be quite deep and dense and it's going to set really fast. So in this little clip that I have, you can see I've mixed up the resin in 1 cup, and I'm going to pour just a tiny amount, 10 mils, into another cup, and then leave the rest of the resin in the first cup. And you can see that it just sets way faster, even though it's the same resin being mixed up at the same time, but because there is less mass and it's not as deep, it's going to have a longer pot life than if you were to leave it quite deep, and you'll find that it will set really fast. So if you are struggling to use up your resin before it sets because you're trying to do big pieces and you're just finding that the pot life goes too fast, split your resin up, put it in multiple different cups so that way it can keep that temperature down. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you got any helpful tips from here, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, as I love to post new videos every single week, all to do with resin, alcohol, inks, and candle making. And if you have any other great helpful resin tips, leave them in the comments below and I'll include them in my next resin tips video. Thank you guys so much for watching.